Does she have, what is that? A what? Does she have makeup on her face? No, couldn't be her. Couldn't be her, because when was the last time she did her face? When was the last time I did my face? When you like you roast yourself for a bit and then you actually roast yourself internally, because anyway. Hello, my beautiful bumbles. It's me, the Julia Bee. How are you today? Welcome back, or welcome in if you're new. How's Grandma Vanessa? How's she doing? She's still saying that she saw Bigfoot in Whole Foods parking lot? Was he there buying quinoa again? Yeah. Well, say hello for me. Today, we are going to be talking about an anticipated release of last year, 2024, that was a glaring disappointment, and that was Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. This book, it tried to be something, and it failed miserably. I really was looking forward to this release, and by the end of this video, you are going to see a side of me that you might not like. I'm not going to say that I was mean in this video, but I am going to say that I definitely had a different opinion in every single clip that I filmed for it. So yeah. Do I remember much about this book? No, I do not. Also, there is no B-roll in this video. So here's the thing. I read this in one sitting because I was salivating for it to arrive to me, that I read it in about a day and a half. So there is no B-roll for this. This is just a lot of me going from different points of my house, ranting and raving about this book. So if you're here for that, if you're into that, get ready. But if you're not, then just click off the video, because that's all. It's just me ranting and raving in different points of my house. So anyway, if you would like to see that, stick around, because let's get into it. Guys, I want this book. Oh my God. Like, I have been sitting here forever now, like, waiting for Leather and Lark to be delivered to me. The mail is like, of course, of all days when I'm waiting for something, when I'm stalking my windows, because I have a perfect view outside my beautiful windows.
I need to clean my windows because my dogs have 1000% put their nose prints on them.
But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I literally need my book to be delivered. So I'm waiting for this to be delivered. But like everyone else in the street needs their mail. So where's my mail? I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it because of course. I'm also very terrified that the book is not going to live up to the hype that's in my head because of how good Butcher and Blackbird was. And when I tell you that that will literally break and crush my soul, because it has all my favorite tropes. It has enemies to lovers. It has fake marriage. Fake marriage, last year I discovered, is like one of my favorite fucking tropes. And so is enemies to lovers. And I'm sitting here like, if this book does not live up to the hype, I'm gonna be real pissed off. Oh, look at my little family. Look at them. Coming in from Milwaukee. Look at that. Adorable. We love them. Anyway, so I'm going to continue to wait, and I'm gonna keep listening to Layla on audiobook, and I'll let you know how it is. Y'all, the feralness at which I'm about to run down my stairs. The mailman just came. The mailman just came.
I see the crossroads coming up ahead. A choice I made, but haven't made yet. Why do pathways feel so threatening? What ifs are never ending? Caught in the shadow of what might be. A future I fear, but still cannot see. Weight of tomorrow should be easier. What if I leap and it's not what I fear? Oh.
I only read the first fucking line. Only read the first fucking line of what book? Oh, this book. The one I haven't shut the fuck up about in like a week. I'm gooped and fucking gagged. Over the first line, kids. Let me tell you something. Bryn Weaver, she knows how to fucking write. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm just overhyping it, and if I am, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Don't come for me. Like, this bitch lives for just making your mind just blow. And not even in like a, oh my God, like just a fucking comedic, you're just like, what the fuck is happening type of way. And she is serving. Again, I've only read the first fucking line of the prologue. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. We've got the tabs at the ready, okay? And literally, this is so perfect because all the tabs that I want to use are on this little sheet. I have to work tomorrow, okay? I need everyone to understand that I have to work tomorrow, which means I need to finish this like 400-page book before tomorrow. And that means like I need to finish this before I need to go to bed at like 12 a.m. Am I gonna be able to do it? Probably the fuck not, because I'm gonna be too busy giving you all updates of how gooped and fucking gagged I am. I don't have the ebook for this or the audiobook, and I know that they release tomorrow. I'm so fucking ready.
A few moments later.
Maybe this is just me. I think what I'm doing is I'm comparing it too much to Butcher and Blackbird in my head, and just how that gripped me and shocked me and blew my little pea brain to fucking Nirvana and back. Because that book, like, I was shocked myself that I liked that book, because I don't really like serial killers. I don't like empathizing with serial killers, and I really, really, really don't like comedy when I'm reading, or romantic. I don't like rom-coms. So I was just really shocked that this was something that I loved so passionately and gave 5 stars, and it's like one of my best books of all time. So when reading this, it has big shoes to fill, and you would think with all the tropes, like, I'm only on chapter 2. I've only had Lark's POV so far, and no spoilers, but I mean, it's pretty okay. But it's not Sloane and Rowan. Like, it's not. And I'm already just getting that feeling, and it makes me so sad. But maybe I'm saying that just too soon, because I really am, like, this is so hyped in my head, and I'm just, I loved them so much. I don't know, there was just something about it that it was just so different. And this, I'm not really into like rock star or like music romances. I'm not really into like stuff like that. And I think Lark is a singer in this book. I'm not really into that. And I'm not really into the whole like daddy's rich girl, prissy pants, like the misconception, and she's actually such a badass. I'm not really into that, truthfully. So I don't know. I just don't know. So we'll see. Also, there's someone driving a tractor down my road right now. Like legitimately. Like, sir, we are not in rural America. Like, we are in suburbia. Like, we are not in the country. I grew up in the country. We are not in the country. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just getting this vibe that I'm not going to like it. It makes me really sad. But I don't know, we'll see. It's early days. We'll see. I'm gonna keep reading. So I'm realizing what the vibe is. I hate the miscommunication trope. Miscommunication is one of the biggest, most cheapest ways for a writer to make angst, and I hate that. Not to mention that I really don't like angst. I really don't. I am like, maybe a little bit of angst, a little bit of intrigue is fine. I hate to blame it on ADHD, but it's like, because I'm so impulsive, because I want to know right now, I don't like angst, and I don't like waiting. So like, I don't like slow burn. And it's so funny that I like enemies to lovers, but normally enemies to lovers that I like starts with a lot of lust and like hate fueled sex, and I love that. But this, I know exactly what it is. I don't like miscommunication. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even like miscommunication, like IRL. Like, it really irks me, because I am such like a brutally honest person that I don't like when people just don't speak their truth. And there is an instance in this book where Lark is like no spoilers, but there's an instance in this book and that's setting up this whole relationship of why they're enemies to lovers that is based on a miscommunication, and I fucking cannot stand it. It drives me nuts. And it's not even like a good miscommunication. Like, she could just say what it is. Now, does she need to? No. Because Lachlan is being a fucking dick. He's being a fucking dick. And he, like, had no reason to be a dick in the first place. Like, this whole thing, number one, it's based off of miscommunication. And it's also just based off the fact that Lachlan was in a bad mood when this all went down. So I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. I don't like this whole thing. Because, like, this big reveal, because we know what the truth is already because it was in the first chapter, but he doesn't. And, like, so the reveal isn't even going to be that interesting. Like, it's not going to be, like, she already explained what happened. So it would be different if, like, we didn't know what happened and, like, we had to figure it out, but we already know. So it's, like, just annoying. And I don't know when it's going to be revealed, but I'm aggravated about it. Like, I would be fine with it if we didn't know what happened and why, like, this is starting out on the foundation that it is, but we know the reason. Like, I don't know, maybe if we didn't know, it would just be like a stupid big reveal anyway, because it's really not that big of a deal. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Because now I have to sit here and, like, read through all this until, like, she finally tells him what happened and he, like, realizes that he's being a complete and total This is not living up to what I wanted. But I'm still gonna keep reading because I've been so fucking excited about this for weeks that if I don't read this, like, who the hell am I? But yeah, I got that vibe as soon as I was, like, going through the book, and I was like, yeah, this is not it. It's not it, fam. No. You're not gonna do this to me. You're not gonna do this to me. I wasn't sure, okay, how the fake marriage was gonna come about. I wasn't sure how it was gonna come into play. And of all the things that I pictured in my mind, this was not it. Oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like that I'm not eating this book up as much as I was eating up Butcher and Blackbird. I said that already. But I remember vividly that Butcher and Blackbird is literally the first and probably only audiobook that I have listened to completion. I listened to probably like 90 to 95% of that audiobook because I loved it so much more than just physically reading it. And so I'm really thinking that if I were to listen to this audiobook, it would be better. But the thing is, it doesn't come out until tomorrow. I don't know how much it's going to be on Audible. I don't know if it's going to be on Spotify. And I checked Book of the Month and it's not there either. So I'm going to have to wait to buy that. And I don't really want to wait to finish the book to purchase it. But if I'm not, like, if I feel like I want to put this book down, which I'm kind of feeling like I could right now, and that upsets me, I will buy the audiobook and I'll listen to it that way. Because here's the thing. This book is very much, how do I say this? It's trying almost to be a contemporary romance in a way. Like, okay, so the way that some contemporary romance, like fake marriages, start is it's always like some billionaire dude, father owns a company and him and his brothers are gonna inherit the company, but there's always some like clause written by like the grandfather of said company, okay, of like, you have to get married before you get your share, right? And it always ends up being the dude's fucking personal assistant who literally, it's like Donna and Harvey vibes from Suits, okay? So I was not sure how this was gonna come into play of being married. I actually assumed that because like of who Lachlan is and then who Lark is, which we're learning a lot more about Lark, I was kind of like, oh, it's gonna be like a merger of two families for some fucking reason. No. So I'm not to the point where it's really happened yet, but listen, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like where this is going, because I feel like we are just setting up more fucking miscommunication. Like, the fake marriage trope is based on, well, actually no, it's not based off miscommunication, but like, is she going to tell Lachlan the reason that this needs to be done? Like, is she gonna tell Sloane? Like, what's Sloane gonna think when she gets engaged to this dude? Like, I'm very fucking confused. Like, are they all gonna be in on this? Yeah, I don't know if I like it. But I don't know if I like I don't know if I like the concept. The book is fine, but I don't know if I like how this is happening. We'll see. So, I moved outside because I had to move outside. So remember when I said I wasn't sure how the fake marriage was going to work? yeah, okay. I see it now. And here's the thing, the fake marriage. Did not see that. Well, I saw it coming, but like, I wasn't sure how it was going to work out with like them telling anyone, because I was kind of like, are they going to tell anyone that they're doing this or why they're doing this? And like, the answer is no, absolutely not. They're not going to tell anyone why they're doing this. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel like that it does then... See, I was complaining because, again, Lachlan has no idea why he hates Lark so much. And Lark is not telling him the truth about how they met. And we know the truth. But then now she's not telling her best friend the truth about why she's married. And it's like, why not, sis? Why not? Why are you not telling? And like, he is not even telling Rowan the truth, or maybe he has, I don't know. I think if he would have told Rowan would definitely have told Sloan. Like, they don't seem like the type of couples to keep things from each other. And I'm just like, bro. And it's so funny because Sloan is like, hey girl, FYI, it's probably not a good idea to look at your husband like you want to fucking murder him when you need to convince everyone that this isn't just some sham of a marriage. Because, and it's so funny because Lark was totally just gonna make Sloan believe that like she loves Lachlan when she definitely doesn't. I'm only on page 116. I don't know what chapter I'm on because the chapters aren't numbered, but I'm liking it a bit more now than what I was, but I'm still not, because here's the other thing. Sloan doesn't know what Lark does, and I just find that very interesting because like Lark seems to really want Sloan to believe that she's still an innocent, and she isn't. And I just feel like that Sloan would totally be like, I mean, she would be upset about what Lark is doing, but I just feel like she would accept her. I don't know, does that make any sense? Like, I feel like she would accept her wholeheartedly, but she would be upset that like she has turned this way, or maybe was always this way. I don't know. She definitely is trying to like have almost Harlequin vibes, and I don't think like Lachlan is supposed to be like the Joker by any means, but maybe. I'm gonna try to get through more of this book before I have to go to sleep tonight, before work, and I'll update you with more thoughts. I haven't been tabbing, but I definitely have been highlighting. Like, there are so many like annotations in this book, but I haven't been tabbing because I just want to, I don't know, sometimes I feel like when I sit and annotate a book, it takes me more time to annotate it than it does to read it, and I just want to read, and highlighting doesn't take me that much time. So I'm gonna go through maybe before bed and start putting tabs in, and you'll be able to see like how much I obsess this book. Okay, we're now in my kitchen because it was getting like kind of dark outside, and I really just want to go sit upstairs in my bed before bed. And I want to be able to actually tab the book because I haven't been. But okay, so I've given some updates, and I said I wasn't going to update for a little bit, but I think this will be the last update because I feel like all my thoughts have been disjointed until now, and I feel like that I have like had a differing opinion in every single clip. And okay, I'm getting into it now. I'm really getting into it now, and I'm loving it now. The tropes that I love are happening. But from the beginning of this, I have said I do not like the miscommunication that this entire relationship is built on. I don't. I think that it is really lazy, and I think that it's honestly just dumb. The reason for why they're enemies is dumb, because this is not enemies to lovers. I mean, it is, but it's like, they're not really enemies. They're more just like dislike to lovers. There we go. It's like dislike to lovers. And that's fine. Like, I'm not upset by that. But I think that, again, the reason that they don't like each other is so fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't make any damn sense. And it doesn't make sense then of how easily like they get into this fake marriage. Like, what the fuck? And so that brings me to my other point of Lark is not telling Sloan the reason for this whole sham. She is not. And Lachlan is not telling Rowan the reason for this whole sham. And so Sloan is pretty fucking pissed. And I'm sitting here like, this is your best fucking friend, and you're gonna tell her that you're just gonna marry this man that you like. She clearly is like, you fucking hate him. Like, you do not like him. And it's probably best if you like, don't look like you hate him on your wedding day to convince people that this is not a sham. Like, Sloan is not a fucking idiot, and so she's worrying her best friend and scaring the shit out of her because she has no idea why Lark feels like she needed to marry Lachlan. I know that this is a romance. I get it. It's a romance. However, you're setting up a pretty decent plot, to be honest, for there to be like a lot of intrigue and stuff like that. But they are getting over their hatred or dislike of each other very fast. And I mean, I'm only on chapter 9 and I'm on page 138. And already we're seeing that like they give a fuck about what each other thinks, and like they give a fuck about each other's like backstory and stuff like that. And I'm just like, or at least one of them does. This is kind of like a he falls first sort of thing, I feel like. Whatever, not the point. I feel like I'm hating on this book, and I'm not hating on it, but I'm not understanding some of the tags that this book has, and it's like what it's being marketed as, because I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling it. This is too early in the book for them to give a fuck about each other and what's happening, and it just feels very rushed. Like in Fake Marriage, you want it to be fake as fuck for a while until they get feelings. And the problem is, they already had lusty as fuck feelings before this marriage. I don't know. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. I said the last update, that was my last update, but can we just be honest that I'm just a filthy fucking liar at this point? Because I'm actually getting mad. I'm getting mad because this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. I am not amused right now. This is really, I say really bad. It's not fucking garbage, but it's not good. I'm being so fucking for real right now when I tell you that I am not having a good time. No, that's not true. I am still having a good time, but I'm having problems. See, this is what happens when I read critically. You know what? You don't even have to read critically to understand that this book doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. Like, I am probably 50% of the way through, if that. I mean, it feels like 50% of the way through. I am on page 162. Here's what I'll say, because I can't seem to form coherent thoughts. We just had a big fucking reveal. A big fucking reveal that, like, we already knew, but, like, okay, so we didn't have a big reveal. But, like, another character just had a big fucking reveal. And I just feel like it's so underwhelming because the lead up to it was so underwhelming. And, like, now I'm almost thinking, like, am I reading this in a different way? Like, am I reading this, like, am I not understanding the undertones here? Because the reveal we just had should be a big fucking deal. And it's not. And the fact that, like, other people seem to have, like, realized this or have an inkling of this before it's announced to this particular character, I'm like, so did we know or not? Like, do we know or not? Like, is this person just not as slick as they think they are? Like, are they just not, like, I'm not understanding. Am I reading this like this person is, like, so and totally intelligent, but they're really not, and everyone can see through them? Because if that's the case, then fine. But there's just something about this that is just not sitting right with me. And honestly, I'm only on chapter, like, 10 or 11, and this is happening. And I feel like there is a lot of feelings going on that shouldn't be happening this early. Yeah. Okay, so I spent some time tabbing, and though you can't really tell, because I'm trying to, like, up my tab game, because I hate when the tabs, like, stick out. It's really annoying to me, especially when I'm gonna shelve the book, even though this book is probably not shelf worthy. But yeah, I have tabbed everything that I've highlighted. And honestly, to be really honest with you, there is so much more that I didn't even tab, because I literally would, like, highlight an entire page almost, and then, like, I would go to the next page and highlight and underline. And so there are some pages that, like, there was maybe one thing that I highlighted and I'm like, I don't really need to tab that necessarily. It's just, like, there for later. But there were certain things that I just, like, had to tab because I was like, yeah, I want to go back and reference that, which is something else. I guess I should ask the annotation girlies, like, how do you guys tab? Because here's the thing. I'm using 3, and I decided I'm going to use, like, all these colors for this book because it matches, where is it? It matches the dust jacket. So I'm going to, here, let me try to, like, hold that up. Like, I'm gonna tab with just using all of these on the top here. And so my thing is I don't tab like normal people do. Like, I don't have a tab for, like, cute quotes, world building, I don't know what else, like deaths or, like, interesting things. Like, I don't do it like that. I just tab vibe. Like, I tab for the vibes. So because, like, to me, I don't want to make a key and then like go through the book and the key not make sense and there not be like something that's like, I don't know, found family vibes or whatever, because the book doesn't have like family or doesn't have banter, you know? So I just literally tab vibes, and the way that I do it is I just start with like the first tab that I want to use, which in this case was, I think, a blue one, and then I just went to the gray one and then went blue, gray, you know? That's just how my brain works. Does anyone else do it that way? But the thing is, like, how do y'all tab when you literally are just like highlighting page after page after page? Because I'm telling you, for the first I don't know, like 100 pages or so, I literally think I was tabbing like every other, or I was highlighting every other page with something. And so like, how do you guys discern like what actually gets a tab versus like what's just something you highlight and you're kind of like, oh yeah, I liked that, and then you like move on? Or do you literally tab everything? Because that would be a lot of tabs. I don't know, let me know in the comments. But so yeah, as you can see with where I'm at, let me see if I can hold it up better. With where I am at, like there's not a lot of tabs happening, and I really should be going to sleep right now. I really should be going to sleep, but I'm honestly not that tired, so I might keep going for a little bit longer, but I don't know how much longer, so I'm just not enjoying it. So I guess we'll see. I can't take it anymore. Here's the thing. I'm gonna try not to spoil this. I'm gonna try not to spoil this, but here's the thing. You do not have me convinced that they're married. You don't, I mean, you have me convinced that they're married because it's fake. You don't have me convinced of this relationship. You don't have me convinced of this attraction. You don't have me convinced of this chemistry. You don't have me convinced that they love each other. We literally just got to a scene where Lark walks in. Someone's like, oh, Miss Montague. And she's like, no, it's Mrs. Kane. And I'm like, fuck, what? Like, where did that come from? And why? Just why? Like, bitch, you have not earned that. You have not earned that. Also, Lachlan, you have not earned her to say that. I'm so upset. Also, the cover of Leather and Lark literally had me believing that this was going to be more focused on music and like a rock band and all kinds of stuff. She like sings. She was like that annoying girl from freaking middle school that like everyone hated, that would just like go around the halls singing all the time. I'm just not convinced. So I can confirm that switching to the audiobook did give me a better experience. So the book, just Leather and Lark, released today. The audiobook released today, and at first, like, which is so weird, so I went to my Amazon account and it said that it was like $17 to buy the audiobook and then like $8 to buy the Kindle version. So I bought the Kindle version, and then when I went to my Audible app, it said that the audiobook was only $7, and I was like, fuck. So I was like, snatch that up. And I have to say, Lachlan, you might be above Rowan. Actually, I don't know, like, so Lachlan's voice actor sounds a lot like Rowan's voice actor, because like, obviously, but I don't know, I kind of still maybe like Rowan's better. I don't know. I feel like I need to go back and actually reread the first book because it was so good, because this book is not doing it. This book is bad. But with that being said, the audiobook is giving me a much better experience than physically reading it. But the audiobook is not going to make up for the fact that the point and plot and purpose of this book makes no fucking sense, and there just is none. And before anyone is like in the comments like, oh, but it's a romance, like it's not supposed to make sense. No. You can write a romance book that makes fucking sense, especially when you set one up to have a plot and then it doesn't. Butcher and Blackbird had like no plot, okay? There was no plot with that book. The plot of the book was Sloane and Rowan having a serial killer like annual event race to see who could kill their target first. And their target was always like someone like a rapist or a child molester or another murder, something like that. So, you know, that was the plot of the book, to like have them be romantic. There was no like high stakes. So honestly, I can forgive a lot of that book because there was not plot to begin with, and it didn't try to make a plot where there wasn't one. And here's the thing. The funny thing about that book too is it kind of sets it up to like maybe Sloane will be captured in that book or something. That never fucking happens. And maybe it should, but honestly, I was okay with that type of stake, that type of angst not being in the book, because honestly, worrying about whether or not she was going to be captured would have taken away from the romance anyway for me, so I didn't care about it. But in this, when I tell you that Brand Weaver set this up to be like this, there's a reason behind Lachlan and Lark needing to get married, and like there's this big old plot, this big old conspiracy happening. When I tell you that I am on page 260 fucking something. And just now, we're finally getting to the nitty gritty of this said conspiracy plot when we've had so much time to fucking get to it. I'm like, we're like starting to do things and starting to investigate what's happening. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like somebody just died. Somebody who in like the first couple chapters of the book is very important to Lark. I don't fucking care. Like I don't fucking care because I was like, who the fuck is that person? I don't remember that person because I've not been made to give a fuck because this entire book has just will she, won't she, but in the most like unappealing way ever. And the sad part is Lark even says at one point to Lachlan, like, oh yeah, I don't think I ever hated you. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. We know you never hated each other. It was mutual disdain at best. I'm mad about it. Also, I do not like how dirty Bryn Weaver is doing my fake marriage trope. I do not like how dirty this is being done to me. And here's the reason why I say that. When you have fake marriage, when you are doing that trope, you set it up to where the two characters cannot imagine anything worse than being married to each other. And then backing that the fuck up with evidence that they hate each other. Well, guess what? There is no evidence that they hate each other. There never has been. Number two, literally every other sentence. It's like when people first get married, they're like, my wife this, my husband that. Literally, that is what Lark and Lachlan have been doing for 260 fucking pages. You have been married for like 2 days. And then there's like a scene where Lachlan says something like, oh, that's my wife. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like it's supposed to be some big buildup. Like he realizes like, no, that's like my wife. And I'm like, bitch, we know it's lost its fucking oomph because you've been saying it for fucking like 50 fucking pages. And there was another part where like he keeps saying our apartment. And I'm like, bitch, this is not our apartment. This is her apartment that you moved into. Like, and then he says like in a couple paragraphs later, like, oh, it's really starting to feel like ours. And I'm like, I know, you just fucking said it was y'all's apartment, but it's not, it's hers. And I don't know why this is bothering me so much. It probably really shouldn't, but this is the thing. The whole point of fake marriage is the fact that it's fake. It is fake. And there's like, they don't want to like adhere to those like rules, laws, whatever of fucking marriage. So those honorifics should be like held on a pedestal of like, listen, I'm only marrying you because I have got to save my own skin. I'm not going to fucking call you my husband in public. I'm not going to do this, like, unless I have to or something. They are just using these honorifics left, right, and center, like just without a care. And so it loses all of that luster for when they finally have that moment of like, you're my husband and you're my wife. You know, when they start to actually fall in love. Oh wait, they fell in love 2 minutes after meeting each other. Listen, no one is more disappointed than I am. No one is more upset than I am. And it's my own fucking fault because I hyped this book up in my head so much. But listen, this book is bad. I am now to the point where they are investigating this big old conspiracy and everything that's happening. And I just don't care anymore. And the other thing is I keep seeing like my husband and my wife just dropped over and over and over again. And we're finally getting to like the spicy smuttiness. And I just don't care. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We have not had enough screen time with you two to even see a relationship develop. And you're telling me you know everything about her and you know her darkest secrets and you know when she's holding back and when she's not. I'm like, no, you actually fucking do not. There's a lot of telling and not showing in this book. I don't know what's happening back there. I don't even know what I'm gonna rate it. I know that the audiobook is better. And I really liked a part of the audiobook, I will say, where the actual narrator for Lark sings one of the songs. And I thought that was really amazing because I was actually thinking about that. I was reading a book the other day where there was a song and the author just read it, but she actually sings it and she's really good. I was like, shit. And I remember that there is a playlist for this book, and it looks like Bryn Weaver actually commissioned someone to make a song for this book, so I went to go listen to it, and it's pretty good. It's the song that's in the book, and I love it. Sucks, because I hate this book. Well, I don't hate this book. I just have a disdain for this book, just like the characters have a disdain for each other. Can you tell I'm mad about it? Again, no one is more disappointed than me, but shit, I really wanted to like this, and unfortunately, I'm just not. You mean Harvey? Harvey? Harvey. Not Harvey Specter. No, I wish it was Harvey Specter. That would make this fucking more interesting. You're telling me Harvey, of all the I finished it. And unlike Verity, I cannot say that this also finished me because, yeah, this was a glaring disappointment. I think I've said it enough, but no one is more shocked and upset than me that I hyped this up, but this just proves my whole point that hype is a feckin' catastrophe, as this book loves to say. What I will say, that the parts I liked of this book, I really fucking liked. The banter, I loved. Seeing Sloane and Rowan again, I loved. And that's really about it. And that's sad because there were some moments that like were cute and funny and I was kicking my little feet, but 90% of this book, I fucking hated. And another 90%, but like another aspect to that is that I was bored for like the last half of the book. And I was so uninterested in the fucking plot that was happening. And let me just say that so the third book is obviously going to be about Fionn. Obviously. How and why? How and fucking why? Because here's the thing. She set this book up to have a really incredible plot line that would span the books. And unfortunately, I feel like that this should have started in book 1. But the problem is that it kind of did start in book 1, but not in the way that you would expect, because what comes into this book, like the way that the villain of this story comes in and is like part of this, it was set up in book 1 to be like something really like huge, and it just wasn't. And I don't understand it because it doesn't make fucking sense. And so now that is all wrapped up, what is the third book going to be about except their romance? But like Fionn is not a serial killer. And Rose apparently has like a bit of a backstory with the circus and all that, but like, how is that going to make a book? Like, how is that going to make a book? Except for the fact that it's like, obviously they're like a couple because like clearly they are. But like, I don't know what kind of tropes it's going to be. And I don't think it's really going to be tropes that I particularly like, which isn't going to make me not read it, but I'm not hyped. I'm not hyped about it. Again, I tried to make this as spoiler free as possible, and I'm probably going to have a spoiler section like I always do at the end so I can really talk about my thoughts, but I'm just going to say here and now, this book was one of the most anticipated releases of this year after Butcher and Blackbird released, and it was a flop. It was a huge flop. And I think the other problem is with that is that it kind of suffers the same thing that Fourth Wing suffered when Fourth Wing came out in like the beginning of the year in May, and then the Iron Flame came out in like November. Like, you can tell me that maybe she had 2 manuscripts sitting around and she like was ready to publish them. That's fine. But here's the thing. This book suffers from being rushed because it doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. Nothing in this book makes sense, and their romance does not make sense, and it does not make me feel like that it's earned. Like when they say their first I love yous, it does not feel like it's earned. Like it just feels like, okay, we got married, so we really have to love each other. Like you never ever in any part of the story get the feeling that they actually finally fall in love. It honestly just feels like that they were in love from the beginning and that this was like the easiest decision they ever made. But it wants you to believe that this was the hardest decision that either of them have ever made because it's supposed to be hate to love. And again, it is like disdain to love at best. I'm upset about it. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and God, it really sucks because I rated so my final rating for this, if I didn't mention it, I rated it 3 stars, and I'm honestly like questioning if it's a 3-star read. And what really sucks is I'm probably never gonna read this book again. I want to shelve it so here's my other problem. I wanna fucking put this next to Butcher and Blackbird up there, but I don't think it deserves to be there. I don't think it deserves to be there, honey. But again, if I like the third book, which is called Scythe and Sparrow, I don't want to like have this book not be here, but only, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like that what I will end up doing, because I bought the audiobook today, I will probably listen to the audiobook from beginning to end to see if I feel differently, but I don't think the audiobook is gonna make this a better experience. I don't. So yeah, so this is a 3-star read. I'm going to now go and shelve this and then go about my day. Not what was on my bingo card today. Hi, hello. Welcome back. So did we see the chaos that I was talking about? Did you see it? Did you witness it? Because I sure did. This vlog is literally like from the vault, okay? This was filmed, I believe, in May of last year, and it is April 5th of 2025. So, you know, I have several more of these videos coming at you that are literally like Julia's version from the vault. I just want to let you know that the chaos is still rampant throughout. Okay. And we're not going to talk about how it took me a year to get these videos out. We are here to talk about Miss Leather and Lark. Now, do I remember this reading experience? Not necessarily. I actually had to watch the footage. Well,
obviously I watched the footage because I had to edit the footage.
But while I was editing the footage, because I was keeping this vlog as no spoilers possible, I was like, what am I even talking about? What twist? What plot? What romance? Like, what am I even talking about in this video? Do I know the answers? No. I really don't. I remember very little about this book because I immediately, when I yeeted that book at the end, just picture me yeeting it from my mind because that's exactly what happened. You can also see that I did start to tab and obviously lost my will to live near the end. I was highlighting a lot of this book. I think like every other page I was underlining and highlighting something and then tabbing. That quickly fell away. I don't know what else I can say that I didn't say in the video, but I will try to still keep this spoiler free because, to be honest, I really cannot be bothered to remember what spoilers I was not spoiling in the video. This book suffered from a lack of characterization and it also suffered from a really poor marketing because the tropes that were marketed for this book, like fake marriage, grumpy sunshine, enemies to lovers, where was that? Because that was not this book. The fake marriage was done so poorly, and that is one of my favorite tropes, and how you can do fake marriage poorly, I don't know, but it was not well done. It was not interesting to read. And I will say that because of that, like when these two characters were going around being like, oh, my husband and oh, my wife, I'm like, y'all have not earned the right to use those honorifics. And because you're dropping them literally every 5 seconds, they lose their meaning almost immediately. And it's just revolting. The other thing is the enemies to lovers. I think I remember there was a lot of times where Lark would say something like, I don't hate you. I just have like disdain for you. I have disdain for this book.
Yikes.
Okay? This was not enemies to lovers. This was miscommunication, which led to misunderstanding, which led to dislike. And it was dislike at best, okay? These two were a case of insta-love from the beginning, and they just like, their will they, won't they, had no meaning behind it whatsoever. The grumpy sunshine in this, where was that? If anything, I think Lark was the grumpy one, and then Lachlan was the sunshine, because Lachlan just acted like some, I don't know, he acted like some preppy jock boy. Like he acted just so not grumpy, okay? And I'm sorry, but Lachlan in Butcher and Blackbird was set up to be this ruthless, like ruthless motherfucker. Where was he, boo? Where was he? I got this like cinnamon roll dough ass man, and then this like psychotic alternative girl, and I just was not here for that. Also, this cover is stunning, okay? It's stunning. But does any of like this rock star music thing have anything to do with this book? No. See, Lark is supposed to be some musician, some singer. She does like one concert and goes to one rehearsal, and that's it. And like for someone who this is supposed to be like her whole life, you don't hear about it much. Also, like Lachlan's leather business, I really hope that he's got like someone there man in the store, because I cannot see how this man is making any money from this business. But yeah, this was such a disappointment. I shockingly at the end of this was saying that I was not sure how I was going to like Scythe and Sparrow, which is the third book, because it has to do with Fionn and Rose, and I don't really care about it. But I read that book earlier this year, last month actually. When I tell you that I gave this book like 2.5, 3 stars, and I gave Scythe and Sparrow 5 stars. Who is she? Like, I loved that book. I ate that book up in a single sitting. What happened here? Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what else I can really say about this book other than clearly it was a glaring disappointment, but I did like the third book in the series, and I'm sat here wondering if she's going to continue this series as a spin-off, because at the end of the third book, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me know if this was on your anticipated releases from last year. And let me know if it was a glaring disappointment, if you ate this up, or if you still have not read this, and if you are now side-eyeing this respectfully, or if you have just like written it off completely. Let me know in the comments below. But thank you y'all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, I'll be here all week, baby. Hit that subscribe button, and feel free to follow me on Goodreads and Instagram. I have those links down below. But thank you so very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.